Back at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, pit stops underway. Carl Edwards in for service, gas only. He only has 14 green flag laps on the tires, so they'll keep the originals on as he rolls away. Jamie?
And race leader Kevin Harvick's happy with this car. They're going to do Sunoco fuel only. Dave?
Brian Vickers wants tires. They'll take 2 at the start. The car was just a little bit tight from the center off. Track bar adjustment as well. They are slow on that right side, and he'll just stay with 2 as he leaves behind Justin Allgaier.
Stampede off of pit road, and there is the race off of pit road. Biffle up 3 positions. Harvick lost a spot. Denny Hamlin, who's come up from the back of the field and already gotten his way back in the top 15, up 9 spots. Only 15 cars stayed on the racetrack. Everyone else came on to pit road, and now we are being told the 16 car of Biffle too fast on exit, and the 40 car coming off pit road. That is Scott Wimmer. There is Biffle.
There was 2 cars we saw on pit road take tires. The 32 car of Brian Vickers took 2 tires, and the 66 of Stephen Wallace took 4. But everybody else looked like they just took fuel.
Jeff Burton also got tires in the 29 car.
This was an opportunity for some of the guys that pitted earlier just in that last caution to stay out and gain some spots. And so we see the field being shuffled up a little bit here.
Yeah, this one things get interesting here.
Kelly Byers among those cars that did not come down pit road. Byers there. Bliss is behind him as they are directly in behind the pace car. The start has been waved off. NASCAR trying to get everyone back in the correct positions. 30 laps in of 200 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. ABC and ESPN are your NBA destination Sunday. First, Allen Iverson, the Detroit Pistons. Will Iverson be there? Well, maybe. They roll into Boston to take on Paul Pierce and the Celtics. Stephon Marbury returns to the hardwood. And what a performance he put on last night with a Celtics star-studded lineup. Then Kobe Bryant and the Lakers take on Shaquille O'Neal and the Suns. All the action on ESPN when King James and the Cavaliers face the Hawks. The NBA on ABC and ESPN tomorrow. Coverage begins at 12:30 Eastern with a GMC NBA countdown. Mentioned Allen Iverson, by the way. Brendan Gaughan in this race here. That was the roommate of Allen Iverson at Georgetown when he played basketball there. They were roommates on the road under Big John Thompson.
He's got great stories when he played basketball there. He's fun just to stand and talk to and listen to everything that went on. And not a lot of people know that about Brendan, but a really good athlete.
There's Brendan Gaughan. He played football and basketball at Georgetown. He's been involved in several of the shunts here. We have just had 31 laps. If you just joined our coverage, we have already been under caution 4 times, and we have actually run 17 of the 32 laps under the yellow flag.
It's been a tough start so far, and it's not looking any better on this restart because you've got the fast cars behind some of these slower cars. It's going to be a shuffle here in the beginning.
It's going to be a shuffle. And these guys just have to drive these cars so hard here with these tapered spacers. And as rough as the track is and the little amount of grip that it has, it creates a lot of these problems.
Green flag, and Mike Bliss will lead him down. Bliss was involved in the first caution flag after the 20 car spun and had a little bit of sheet metal damage. He spun around now and has come back after pit stops to lead him off of turn 2 here on lap 32.
And this is when you have a really good car like Kevin Harvick and those guys that made a pit stop. You have to really, really be patient at this point in time and realize that this isn't going to be the end of the race by any means. You got a lot of racing left, but you can actually lose the race right here if you're not careful.
It's a great break for Mike Bliss. He was involved in one of those early wrecks we had. Now he's out front. Now we got some 3 wide action right here with Carl Edwards on the inside of Allgaier.
Like I said, they're going to take it easy and work their way up through there.
Yeah, no hurry at all for those guys. They're already back to 12th position. That's Edwards in the 60, DJ Kennington on the 81 on the outside.
Yeah, Carl, just pick them off 6 at a time here.
And they're going 3 wide everywhere here.
Brendan Gaughan up on the outside of the 87 car. Nemechek will shut the door.
Harvick's moving up through there. He made it 3 wide going into turn 3, made a pass, and got himself up to in the 4th spot already.
These guys are probably saying, we don't get many green flag laps, might as well use them up while we can.
Yeah, make the most of them.
And this is great. These tires are working this well here. Goodyear developed this tire around the Cup car, so they had to make a tougher tire to accommodate those cars, and it's working out great for these nationwide cars.
There's the 5 car. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in behind the 29 of Jeff Burton as they are being shown in 18th and 19th.
Looks like Kenny Hendry got up against the wall just a little bit coming off 4. Earnhardt Jr. feathering that throttle, getting up off the corner here, trying to be careful around these guys.
Remember, it was here a year ago that 5 car got its first win for JR Motorsports with Mark Martin aboard.
Yeah, another thing, you heard Mark Martin talk just a while ago during the commercial or during the caution that the guys have to really be careful. These guys that just put fuel in these cars have older tires with full load of fuel. That creates a really loose situation with these cars. So that's why you're hearing Earnhardt Jr. also feather the gas a little bit.
All the way down across the bottom of the racetrack trying to make a move. That is Stephen Wallace. And 6th position here. Brendan Gaughan up high. Carl Edwards on the bottom.
Brendan Gaughan's doing a really good job in this race car. He had no laps of practice in it whatsoever after his practice incident yesterday.
It's been an uphill battle all day, really. He had to start the backup car, got one of the early spins, but used that as a little strategy play to get up front now, and he's running with the leader.
There are 6th and 7th place. Let's go back up and show you where our leader is. There's Mike Bliss, who has said, see ya. Bliss in a scratched-up Chevy. Dave.
And, of course, he has some damage, but still running very well in a car that they're familiar with. They ran this at California until they had problems late. Now, he pitted early to fix the damage, put on 4 tires on lap 9, and then topped off for fuel as late as lap 19. So if you count 60 laps as maybe a huge maximum, he could get to lap 79 before he has to pit again, maybe back to 75 or 77 just to be safe.
There's Kevin Harvick. Thanks, Dave. Back in 2nd spot. Harvick had led 28 of the 38 laps. And again, the story for Kevin Harvick, driving his own car. He has never won, although he has 32 series victories, never won, and he owned his own Kevin Harvick Incorporated car. And oh, by the way, happy anniversary to Kevin and Delana Harvick, married 8 years ago today, right here in Las Vegas. Working lap 45 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Kevin Harvick now easing in on Mike Bliss for the lead. Our race recap, the current leader is, of course, Bliss, who had that pit stop on lap 9 and stayed out on the previous caution. The biggest mover, Scott Lagasse Jr., coming off that career best 12th place finish last week at California. And, of course, Mike Bliss, the nationwide only regular, running up front. There have been 4 caution flags. The average race speed way down because of all the yellow flags. And Kyle Busch running for the championship in the garage area out of the race with a damaged Toyota. Kevin Harvick trying to go back up front and retake the lead. And we asked Kevin Harvick about his goals in the NASCAR Nationwide Series this year.
Well, unfortunately, the goal is the same. Win our first race. I think we've made our team better. I think we've made a lot of good adjustments with personnel and making the cars better and doing things that we needed to do to just close the deal. We were in position to win a lot of races last year. We just always screwed something up, and we just got to quit making mistakes, and hopefully we've done that.
When he refers to winning his first race, he's talking about winning his first race in his own car. Yes, he is a 32-time winner in the series. His best finish in this car has been second 3 times, including last week at California.
So taking a look underneath Mike Bliss down the backstretch here.
He's in that same position that Kyle Busch was in, but Mike Bliss lets him go there. Doesn't push the issue right now. He knows that Kevin's a little bit faster, just fell back in line.
These two have stretched out a pretty good lead, but Carl Edwards has been chewing into it while these guys are racing each other. Carl right now has the fastest car on the racetrack.
Carl right now being shown about a second, 1.9 seconds back. He was almost 3 seconds back 4 laps ago, Andy. You're right. He is really closing in. There's a 60 car of Edwards.
He's working a little higher line through both ends of the racetrack, it looks like, Dale, and I'm not sure that that's not the best groove right now.
Yeah, you know, we heard Mark Martin talk about earlier in his practice session, he thought that the middle groove was a little bit better, and that's basically what Carl is doing right here, and it seems to be carrying a little bit more momentum and speed around here, as he's about 1.5 to 2 tenths a lap quicker than those 2 guys in front of him.
More on Carl Edwards, Mike.
Well, Doc, I was listening to you guys in the booth a little bit earlier talking about how Goodyear did such a great job testing here and developing this tire. Well, Carl Edwards was part of that test back in January, and while his crew chief Dan Stillman says that not much of it really translated to the nationwide side, I'm still a little bit curious, Andy and DJ. How much do you think they got out of that tire test that might be helping them today?
I think they get a lot out of a tire test, Mike. Even though it's not on the same kind of car, there's a lot of things about the tire and the racetrack that you can learn, air pressure-wise, balance-wise. There's things you can, the characteristics of the tire will make you make changes on the car.
Yeah, and as a driver, you get a feel for that and know exactly a lot more what to expect from it. And so I think they gather a lot of information from that.